Sobran 10 minutos hasta. Sobran el tercer final. Rochada, speed down.
Khabib. Nurmagomedov has been putting Islam Makhachev through one of the toughest training camps of his entire career as he prepares for his welterweight debut against Jack Della Maddalena. People close to the camp say the former lightweight champion is leaving nothing to chance as he moves up to 170 lbs, determined to prove that his dominance isn't limited by weight. These sessions have been extremely intense, with Khabib pushing Islam to his limits both mentally and physically. Everyone knows Maddalena's sharp boxing and calm composure could make this one of the biggest tests of Islam's career, so Khabib is making sure no detail is overlooked.
It's going to start on the feet and we'll go from there. But yeah, I think he's going to try and mix it up. I think he's going to probably try and get on the wrestling early, I'd imagine. Looking back on the Bilal fight, he probably sees that Bilal's mistake was maybe not getting on the wrestling early. So yeah, I expect in the first round we'll get into some at least some grappling exchanges.
While many fans question whether Islam can carry his success into a higher division, others think the extra weight could actually make him stronger. Robert Whittaker shared an interesting perspective. He believes this move might be a blessing in disguise for Makhachev. Without the grueling weight cut to 155, Islam could enter the cage fresher, more explosive, and better conditioned than ever. Whittaker pointed to fighters like Ilia Topuria, who found new levels of performance when competing at their natural weight. He sees Islam following that same path, not as undersized, but as a healthier, more confident version of himself. In his view, that version of Makhachev might be dangerous enough to offset Maddalena's size advantage.
How do you feel about this fight with Islam?
I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Jack. Islam can do everything that Bilal does, but way better. I thought Jack handedly had the fight, but it was a fight. But I believe in Jack. I think he's got that X factor. Just like with Bilal, just like Burns before, I think he can do the impossible.
However, Stephen Thompson took a different angle. He was less focused on Islam's potential and more impressed by what Maddalena has already accomplished. Thompson couldn't ignore Jack's incredible performance against Bilal Muhammad, a fight he said set a new standard for Australian MMA. That wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Maddalena showed elite composure under pressure, calmly handling grappling threats while landing clean, damaging strikes. Analysts compared that poise to Dustin Poirier's ability to create scrambles against Islam, and if Poirier, a smaller and less powerful striker, could survive those exchanges, then Maddalena, with his heavier hands and quicker timing, might have the tools to push Islam even further.
Yes, I mean, I've known for a very long time that Jack is an amazing fighter. He's really good. And he shocked me on how good he was. He handled the grappling exchanges so well. And it's the best striking performance I've seen from him. He just the big moment, he rose to the occasion. It was fantastic to see. And I really do think, I do think that the grappling from Islam, he's a better technical grappler than Bilal is, but he's not quite as big. He's not as imposing. And if you look at the Dustin Poirier fight, Poirier was able to stop some of his takedown and win some scrambles and stuff like that. I feel like not only will Jack be able to do that, but when he lands punches, it's going to be way more devastating.
Sean Brady also jumped in to defend Maddalena's skills at welterweight. He felt the Australian doesn't get enough credit for how well he handles himself on the ground. Brady reminded everyone that Jack rarely stays flat on his back. He's always working to escape, reset, and get back to his feet. At 170, that strength makes a big difference, creating challenges Islam has never dealt with before at lightweight. Brady also brought up Madalena's short-notice war with Belal Muhammad, a fight that proved his composure and toughness even in less than ideal conditions.
Speaking of the Islam and Jack fight, what are your early thoughts on that fight?
I think it's a lot tougher of a fight for Islam than people are giving Jack credit for. Like, Jack's very hard to hold down. He's a big body, hits like a freight train, has knockout power, and he showed, like, yeah, you can getting someone down doesn't mean dick. Can you hold them down? Jack's really good at creating scrambles, getting back to his feet, separating hands. Like, we've seen that with Belal. Gilbert did better at taking Jack down than Belal did. He had better positions on him, but yeah, I don't know. Selfishly, for me, I would want Islam to win because I want to fight Islam as for a legacy thing. And I think I can beat Islam. I think I can beat anybody in the world. And I want to grapple. I want my grappling to go against his grappling and see who's better. I really would love for that to play out. But if I had to pick, and I know Jack would be the underdog, I would pick Jack.
On the other hand, Demetrius Johnson had no hesitation picking his favorite. The flyweight legend leaned toward Makhachev, praising his relentless style and unmatched ability to control fights from start to finish. For Johnson, Islam's balance of striking and wrestling pressure simply overwhelms opponents over time. Many analysts agreed. Even if Madalena has success early, Islam's consistency, cardio, and suffocating pace could eventually break him down. They still see Islam's engine and control as something few fighters can match.
Who you got? Ilya Prayer, Islam.
I've got Makhachev.
I got Makhachev as well.
And I've got Makhachev second round TKO with a knee in the
Oh,
clinch.
yeah, you going bad rounds.
Yeah, I think he'll shoot a couple takedowns. Ilya will stuff it. Ilya will catch him a few times and people will go ooh and ah. And then when they clash again, I think Makhachev will go grab him. Ilya will think, oh, he's shooting again. Tight clinch, bang, body, knee to the head. Ilya's all of a sudden stumble downhill from there. I think he beats Oliveira with a body shot.
Yoel Romero offered a unique perspective, focusing more on Madalena's development as a complete fighter. He doesn't see Jack as just a striker anymore, but as a well-rounded martial artist with awareness, stamina, and composure that few possess. Romero praised how Jack handled adversity in his short-notice bout against Belal Muhammad. Instead of folding under pressure, he adapted, stayed focused, and kept working his way back into the fight. For Romero, that mindset makes Madalena a legitimate threat to anyone.
Yoel Romero gives his honest take. Yoel Romero just shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena, and it's a must-hear. Romero believes that Maddalena, while being a big 170-pounder, might face a tough challenge against Makhachev's superior grappling. Do you think Jack's striking can beat Makhachev's grappling?
Israel Adesanya also weighed in, drawing parallels between Jack's current situation and his own experiences facing dominant wrestlers. Adesanya said Jack's best path to victory will be keeping the fight at range, controlling distance, disrupting Islam's rhythm, and keeping the exchanges on the feet. But he also warned that once Islam closes the distance, things change fast. The Dagestani champion transitions between striking and grappling so smoothly that one small mistake could end the fight. Adesanya believes Madalena must stay laser-focused from start to finish.
Della versus Islam, how are we feeling about that?
I think Della is going to get it done. I've only spotted Della once. Not really hard crazy, but his scrambles are crazy. And I feel Islam would feel like he bit off more than he could chew once he gets in there with him. People don't realize how big Della is as well. He's solid. He's going to knock him out, and I believe him. I honestly believe him.
Gilbert Burns focused on the physical side, particularly the weight cut. He said moving up to welterweight could benefit Islam since cutting less weight usually improves stamina and power retention. However, Burns also pointed out that Jack isn't walking into this fight alone. He's got a world-class team behind him, including Craig Jones and Alexander Volkanovski, helping him build a smart, technical game plan. Burns believes that combination of skill, intelligence, and preparation makes this matchup far closer than most fans realize.
Islam's working very hard. He's been saying vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just tweeted something after the fight that he will not vacate the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. I proven himself. He's number one pound for pound right now. It's a good fight. Jack and Islam closer than people think, especially with Jack Della Maddalena doing a lot of training with Volk, with Craig Jones, those guys that kind of back the Islam on that first Volk fight. I think they're going to have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think, this fight. I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. I didn't have time to dig deep a little too much in that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot on beating.
Jack Hermanson shared a more realistic take. He acknowledged that Islam might be the best lightweight in the world right now, but said that kind of dominance doesn't automatically transfer to welterweight, where the physical dynamics are very different. At the same time, Hermanson gave Maddalena full credit for his impressive win over Bilal Muhammad, showing how quickly he's improving. Still, he thinks it's too early to call Jack one of the sport's elite until he picks up a few more big wins over top contenders. In the end, the MMA community remains divided. Some believe Islam's precision, grappling, and mental toughness will continue to overwhelm anyone he faces, regardless of division. Others think Maddalena's momentum, composure, and striking intelligence could finally present Islam with his toughest test yet. What's certain is that Khabib's guidance in Islam's corner, the move to a higher division, and Jack's growing confidence have turned this into one of the most anticipated fights of the year. A true clash of skill, mindset, and evolving greatness. Who do you think takes it? The relentless discipline of Makhachev or the fearless fire of Maddalena? Drop your prediction in the comments below, and let's see whose fight IQ really rules the octagon.